In the wild west of AI crypto, there are really only two kinds of projects: the kings and the zombies. The kings, while they're building real tech, they're getting users. The zombies, they're just empty shells, riding a hype wave that's heading straight to zero. So today, we're going to give you the framework to tell them apart.
But before we dive into the crypto weeds, let's start with the question that's on every single investor's mind right now. We've all seen this historic, just insane rise of AI stocks, and it's all been dominated by one company. And that has everyone asking, what, and maybe more importantly, where is the next NVIDIA?
And here's why everyone's asking. That number, that's NVIDIA's stock gain in just the last 5 years. It's a rally that has literally created trillions of dollars and totally reshaped the market. This is the kind of return that defines a whole generation of investing.
Okay, so a run like that, it just forces you to look for what's next, right? But what if that next huge AI opportunity, that next 100x, isn't going to be another stock? What if it's actually hiding in plain sight in a much, much smaller, and let's be honest, way more volatile market?
Now, just look at this chart. This isn't just a difference in scale, okay? This is a difference in potential. The entire AI crypto market is basically a rounding error compared to NVIDIA all by itself. I mean, think about that. It means that even a tiny little fraction of the money that's sloshing around Wall Street could create absolute tidal waves in the crypto space. That is the entire investment thesis right there in one picture, a massive story in a tiny market.
And this quote, man, it just nails the moment we're in. The AI story, the narrative, it's the single most powerful force in finance today. And that hunger for the next big thing, it's now turning its eyes to crypto. And that's creating a feeding frenzy that's both super exciting and incredibly dangerous.
Because here's the thing with crypto. History doesn't just rhyme, it repeats itself with a vengeance. And the last time we saw this kind of gold rush was just a couple years ago, back in 2021, with the whole gaming and metaverse boom.
And the cycle was just blindingly fast. It all got kicked off when Facebook rebranded to Meta, and from there it turned into a complete speculative frenzy. It was a gold rush where projects that had little more than a slick website saw their tokens go absolutely parabolic. Fortunes were made and then lost, pretty much in the blink of an eye.
But the hangover was every bit as intense as the party. When the music stopped and all that money just vanished, this is what was left behind. Over 99% of those next big things are now just digital ghosts, completely worthless tokens with abandoned communities. And guess what? This is the exact same fate that's waiting for most of today's AI crypto projects.
So how in the world do you avoid the ghosts and find that tiny 1%? Well, you need a framework. You need a filter to separate the signal from all the noise. We call it the 4-part zombie test, and it's designed to do one thing: find the projects that actually have a pulse.
Okay, first, let's define what we're looking for. Think of a zombie project like a haunted house. The lights might be on, the token is still trading maybe, but nobody's home. There's no new development happening, no one's really using it, there's no future. It's an empty shell. And here's the terrifying part. Most projects become one in just over a year.
So our test boils down to 4 simple but absolutely crucial questions. First, real usage. Is anybody actually using this thing, or is it just a digital ghost town? 2, tokenomics. Is the token a real asset, or is it just a ticking time bomb of inflation that's designed to make insiders rich? 3, institutional backing. Has the smart money put their stamp of approval on it? And 4, narrative. Does it have a story that can grab the market's attention right now?
All right, let's put this test to work. Honestly, the best way to understand how to find a king is to first learn how to spot a zombie out there in the wild.
So let's start with a project called Siren. It was pitched as this revolutionary AI agent token, but the reality? It's just a basic chatbot with no real project. And here's the huge red flag, something you can check yourself on a Block Explorer. 1, single wallet controls almost 90% of all the tokens. That's not a project, that's a trap, a spectacular fail on usage and tokenomics.
And then you've got a former giant, Internet Computer, or ICP. Huge ambition, and yeah, they recently rebranded to catch the AI hype. But this project is haunted by its past. I mean, a disastrous launch, mixed up in controversy and allegations of FTX manipulation, just left it down nearly 100% from its all-time high. It's a comeback story the market simply is not buying. That's a hard fail on the narrative test.
And finally, we have the ASA merger. Now, on paper, the idea sounded great. Combine 3 older projects, Fetch, SingularityNet, and Ocean, and create one AI titan. But the reality has been a slow, clunky integration that has just killed all of its momentum.
It's a perfect lesson that just because you merge 3 B-list projects, it doesn't mean you automatically get an A-list star. The narrative has just gone totally cold.
All right, enough with the zombies. Let's go hunt for some kings. Now we're going to use that exact same framework to find the projects that aren't just surviving, they're actually thriving in this brutal market.
But first, a quick nod to the former king, Render. For a long time, its decentralized GPU network was the AI crypto play. But the story has shifted. Capital is now chasing what you'd call pure-play AI projects, ones focused on actually building models, not just renting out hardware. Render is a perfect example of how quickly a king can lose its crown.
And that brings us to our number 2 survivor. This is a project that's carving out a really powerful, and yeah, some would say a pretty controversial niche in the AI space, Venice. Its whole value proposition is simple: private, uncensored AI in a world that's moving super fast towards AI regulation.
And here's your proof of life: 2 million registered users. Now, this isn't just some number on a slide. This is a vibrant community. It's hard evidence that there is real, significant demand for what Venice is building. It passes that usage test with flying colors.
And Venice isn't a one-trick pony either. It's firing on all cylinders. It has a clear, compelling narrative, that uncensored niche. It has massive, verifiable daily usage. And, maybe most importantly for its legitimacy, it has a strategic partnership with the #1 project on our list.
And now, we get to the top of the mountain. The project that the source material points to as the undisputed king of AI crypto, BitTensor, or Tau. Look, it's not just one AI model. It's more like a living marketplace where hundreds of specialized AIs compete and collaborate. Think of it like a decentralized app store, but for intelligence. This is what a king looks like. BitTensor passes every single one of our tests. Real usage? AI models are generating real revenue on its network right now. Institutional backing? It's been acknowledged by the CEO of NVIDIA, and it's included in a grayscale fund. This isn't just a token with an AI sticker slapped on it. It's the closest thing we have to real, functioning AI infrastructure on the blockchain.
So, while most of the field is absolutely littered with zombies, it's clear that BitTensor and Venice are leading the charge today. But just remember Render. In the world of AI crypto, the only constant is change, and the kings of today could very easily become the zombies of tomorrow.
Look, these two are showing real strength while so many others are just fading away, and that's a powerful signal all by itself. But in a race that's really just getting started, the biggest question isn't who's winning today, it's who has what it takes to win tomorrow. The race is on, and the zombies are always lurking. Thanks for joining us.